Hi everybody, and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. Welcome to the middle of the week. It's Wednesday already. We're flying through this week. It is the third day of the Crafters TV 5th anniversary. Yeah, very exciting, and loads and loads of you have been watching over the course of the week. You know what's been nice as well is we've had so many people watching, loads of you taking advantage of the deals, and also lots of new names and lots of kind of like, you know, old friends coming back and watching over the course of the week. So it's been really nice, and there's loads of reasons to watch and shop with us over the course of the rest of the week. Not only have we got all of the fun, all of the education and entertainment and demos and inspiration that you want on the channel, but we've got lots of other reasons to shop. Within deals across the website, you will find bonus points. So already this week we've had bundles with 100 bonus points, bundles with 50 bonus points, and that's really good for you. You know, if you are within Club Inspire, the more points you can get, the more money you are going to potentially save. We're also within bundles giving away free stuff, right? You're looking out for a little green sticker on the bundles, and I'll mention the freebies in this show if we get to any, well, when we get to some. You're looking for the little sticker. It says 250k giveaway, and what that means is within certain bundles on the website, we've put in free products. So when you buy X, you get Y. There's one today, right, which we'll probably show in this show. It's a stamping bundle, so like a mystery bag, where you spend barely nothing and we give you £90 or I think over $100 worth of free stuff. So bearing that in mind, you can understand why already inside 3 days trying to get to that 250, we've already given away £98,000 worth of free stuff. Incredible, right? Yes, producer Johnny, what are we doing? We are also giving away free gifts as well. While stocks last, we've got an amazing limited edition Crafters TV keyring to give away. So that will automatically get added into your basket when you spend over 10. So that's worth doing. I did have a couple here, as you know, on Monday, but D-Rob robbed. I think she's taken both of them home. Well, I can't find either of them. She did take one. I think the other one's gone as well. But anyway, you've seen it on the screen there. And also, just to you know, top off the celebrations for our anniversary, in each and every show, we're giving you £50 or $50 to spend with us if you comment along. And we've had some really great comments this week. We've been asking you about how long you've been watching for. We've been asking about what your favourite shows are, how many points you've got. Today, we are asking you what has been your favourite game that we've played on shows, or maybe a favourite feature within a show that you absolutely love. Let us know in the comments and we will give somebody that 50 to spend at the end of this show. General chit chat we want as well, and all of your usual questions would be marvellous. Now, it's been a great week so far. How do we top what we've done already though? That's the question. Haha, well, I know the answer to that. What you do is you take your Wednesday and you pop back in place the lady who's normally here on a Wednesday, and you throw in a new launch as well. That's how you top it, and that's what we've done. Here to celebrate our 5th anniversary with us, it is my friend and yours, the uber-talented Sheena Douglas. How are you?
I'm tickety-boo, and I'll come back when we see more things like that.
Wow, exactly.
Like
Send me the check in the post, yeah?
What a build-up. Yeah, it's on its way, Ben.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's exciting, isn't it? 5th anniversary, and you've got a new launch.
New launch, you know what? And it's nice because it's 4 A6 stamp sheets, so yeah, it's a good price point. And the other thing is, they are, if you're a stamper, or if you want to be a stamper, or you even thought of being a stamper, these are the babies you want, because they're stampers' friends, these ones, because you're going to get loads of techniques. They are technique friendly. If you have days when you just want to make lovely backgrounds and just throw paint or ink or whatever products at paper and make lovely colourful things, then think, what am I going to do with it now? These are the stamps you want for that.
And we'll chat more about those stamps with you in just a second, and talk about what these are all about as well, these bold lino stamps. We'll do that in just a second, but already the collection has been absolutely flying, and you've got showstopper options and all sorts too. Before we get into it, we'll say a few quick hellos. Radical Rachel on the socials this morning, and first in is Lois in Ohio. Hello to Karen Calnan, who's in Adelaide, but it's a bit warmer in Adelaide today than it is in here. It's absolutely freezing. They've turned off the heating in here.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Well, like, you know what? Well, like, it's like getting ready for a Christmas carol. You know, we've got one lump of candle between us, so like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cratchit. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel like we should.
The knees are over there in the corner.
Yeah. With me fingerless gloves on.
Cold blimey, Gavna.
Handbag. Debbie Dorranson saying happy Sheena Wednesday.
Yay, cheers to Bora Durand.
Mary Jo Bending's in Georgia, Sandy's in Smock, PA, Laurie Barnett's in Arizona, and Sarah Thompson says, good morning, Ben, crafty friends, and welcome back to Sheena, indeed. Stephen's in, Janet D in Dallas, Lynn Morton in Newcastle, and already a few of you talking about your favourite games that we've done. Rebecca says the Vernon curling game has been my favourite game.
That was my favourite. I love that. Because, well, hello, just because, who won that one again?
I don't remember playing you, Sheena. No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got hustled in that game. I got absolutely hustled.
I've since bought myself a broom and a great big rock I'm polishing.
Yeah. Winter Olympics, next one.
You'll see me. Yeah. No, but I only have to learn to stand up on a bit of ice now and I'm set.
Oh dear. Listen, let's quickly get through all the mathematics of it and then we can see exactly what we're looking at and talk to Sheena about the bold Lino stamps Showstopper. So the Showstopper collection is your 4 brand new stamp sets that you are going to be receiving. You also get within the Showstopper and pay for the multi-purpose cardstock. You can see already just from the packaging itself that the stamps are absolutely incredible. The freebie within the Showstopper this time around is your stamp cleaning solution. So if you buy the Showstopper, that's worth $5.99 or $7.99. That's your freebie. It's £29.57 or $35.87. Great buy, and also that unlocks your Showstopper bonus buy bundle, which is the shimmering watercolors. So you're going to get these both, the Moonbeam and the Sunbeam, for just half price. So a great opportunity to not only pick up the new collection, but to get, I think, one of your favourite launches of recent times. Loads of you chat about this. If you haven't yet picked it up, you can halve that price on screen. So £19.20 if you're platinum, or $23.20 if you're shopping in the US. Put those into your basket with the new launch Showstopper, and those are yours half price. If you just want the stamps on their own, then this is a great deal. You get the 3 sets and the 4th for absolutely nothing. So that price comes in at £19.18 or $23.88. You choose which option is best for you, but our options are available and we're already very busy. Let's get into this though and look through some samples and look through the boards with Sheena. My first question is though, lino effect, lino stamping, what is that?
Lino, I think my granny had that on the kitchen floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is the same stuff, it's the same cut. Lino cut is what it really is. And in the art world, a lot of us, you might have seen it, it's where you get pieces of lino and special tools, and they're like little mini knives, and they've got like, some of them have got like curved V, and you carve into the lino. And then they're used, then you've got like a printing block.
Okay.
You would use like a thick gloopy printer as you type ink, and then you print with them. So what you're printing with is like the negative. So you know, if I've drawn a flower normally, when you see a leaf, you'll be the veins in the leaf will be black.
Yeah.
With these ones, the leaf is black, the veins are white.
Okay.
So you get a different stamp to use different ways, and these stamps are fun to use. These are so much fun to use.
Should we have a look at them with you? Because there's some amazing samples right there, but you've got all the samples and the boards as well, and they're all like beautiful florals.
Fantastic.
There's some birds in there as well, isn't there, I think?
There's a bird. There's
a little birdie,
bird. Yeah, there's a little bird. And you know, I know exactly where that little bird was. I remember it was a lovely day, and I was out with Maria, and we were at a National Trust property. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
And having some lunch, and these little birds were just sitting feeding beside us, and that was that very bird. I look at that thinking, I fed that bird.
I gave that bird a worm.
Yeah. I did. I'm not bitter. Didn't need it all. Just a few crumbs. So this is the first one. This is branching out. Look at that, eh? We all need to do that now and again, do we not? Absolutely. So now you can see exactly what I was saying. So instead of the outline and then the leaves black, you've got the whole thing is solid. It means that you can't use open stamps on brightly coloured, solid backgrounds like that. If you created a background like that, you would be pretty pleased, I reckon. You've had fun there with your water reactive inks, you've had a bit of stenciling on there, you've had a jolly old time the bit of vignette around the outside, and then you're thinking, what stamp's going to sit on there and just not get completely lost? Yeah. These stamps, they're the ones. Look at how gorgeous that looks. I have to say, look at how genius this is. Isn't that just a touch of class?
Using the leaves to make trees.
Yes. And look at the sky technique. It looks like the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
This is Jackie. This is my latest inkoid. And I have to say, she's a keeper, is she not?
The Northern Lights effect
Isn't
is
it?
incredible.
I love it. Look, that's one leaf. So look at all the stamps you've got in here. Think inside the box. This is what I'm saying about with stamps. You'll use them as the literal sense, and then you'll come up with something genius like this, and you go, wow. Now, if you want to see how to do that, and you want to see this card again, they're all on the Sheena's ink kits. I'll tell you now, and we keep telling you. So don't think this is the last time you'll see it, and don't think you can't ask how it's done either, because she'll be hanging out there with the rest of the team. Isn't that amazing as well, Pamela? That's like, put that on a wall, put that in a frame. That is stunning. You know what this reminds me of? You know when you have like the doors where the paint's peeled up and you start stripping back all the paint and you see all the different colours underneath it. Yeah, it looks like that. Like it's usually like that way, isn't it? Like all like that on the door.
Yeah.
But what she's done is, can you see now it makes more sense? She's used our inks and she's dragged over a mask and created that lovely effect.
That's amazing.
Absolutely stunning. So I'm going to go a bit quicker again. Look at the little bird.
There's the birdie.
Fabulous.
Oh, wow.
That's like a movie poster, isn't it?
It is.
Fabulous, gorgeous, full colour. But then look at that. Again, minimalist. Pamela's just a tiny... And draw the line.
Yeah.
And muted colours, but perfect for the occasion, because it might be a sombre time, a bit mellow. We don't want them, but we have them, unfortunately. And there's that little thing there. Isn't that fab? And then we've got the... Continuing, I'm just going to pick up the pace. If you want a bit of shimmery in the background there.
So I feel like these stamps are almost encouraging us to try out all of the techniques to create amazing backgrounds that you've shown us over the course of the weeks that you've been here.
This is it. These are the ones. If you look in your room and you think, I've got a pile of all these things I've been playing with, all the things I've been playing with since I came back is exactly that. Whatever you've made, whatever you've created, these are going to sit on the top of that. And if you love mixed media, journaling, great for that too. Yeah. Shall we continue?
Let's keep, oh,
so now we've got the poppy pods, and look at that. So this is what you want to do. If you want to create that background there, your water reactive inks there.
Yeah.
The water, boom. Stunning. Then we've got, again, look at that, look at the contrast. Look at the difference with that to that. Different sizes, different looks, different styles. Again, we've gone bigger there. Full on again drama. Oh, I love contrast. That's lovely, isn't it? Just a strip of colour, mask it with your low tack masking tape.
I'm a big fan of like a little bit of colour in white space.
White space is fabulous because it draws your eye there, and you know what rule of thirds. Have you heard of that rule of thirds? Where you use a third in, leave the 2/3. It's balance wise, and then boom, you put your main thing. That is such a quick but effective card to make. That is stunning. So if you like clean cards, that would be great. And then you've got the dramatic gold and white on black. Wow. We've got another full colour one. We've got a slimline one here. And then we've got a square one. Now that's just two of them there we've been through. Moving on. Should we talk about the
goodness, it feels like you've gone through all of them. That's only two of them.
I know, there's only done two. We've got two more to go, seriously. So now you can see, you always tell how good the stamp is in how many samples I get back.
Yeah, and how different they all look.
And how different they all look. That's exactly it. We're not stuck in a theme. It's like just variations, slight variations on the next one, on the next one. They're completely different.
I genuinely thought you'd gone through the whole set there.
Yeah,
because the cards were so
absolutely.
different.
This is it. We've got two to go, Ben. Look at that. So these are bold, big images again. So now we've got the blossom and bird, and that's stunning. So Debbie's used inks in the background. She's used bubble wrap to stamp with. She's had a little bit of white highlight on the black ink over the top. There, Pamela, look at that. Look at that on here. Stamp your base card with them. Yeah. And that is just a thing of poshness there, isn't it? That is a bit like...
Oh, look at the birdie.
Isn't that cool?
Bird on a wire.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've also got, look how different again. Yeah. So you can actually colour them. If you use the disappearing ink. Oh, yeah. If you stand up with the disappearing ink, then colour over it, you don't even know there's been a stamp there. So you can, and then look at this again.
I mean, that's just
isn't
class,
that gorgeous?
isn't it? Class.
Beautiful, isn't it? That is so modern, clean, young, and just different. Yeah. But doesn't need any more. That letterbox kind of view there, just with part of that image on, fantastic. So yeah, and then we've got the full-on with the stencil in the background.
That background there reminds me a little bit. Remember the Pathé newsreels?
Yes.
A little bit like that.
Yes,
It reminds me of.
yes. Hello.
Hello.
crafters.
Yes. Welcome.
Welcome to crafting this terrific new set. Coming to you this morning. Oh, look out! It's upside down.
It's
Sheena.
upside down. What ho? Turn it around.
What was I thinking, Ben?
Jolly good.
I love those things. What brilliant, weren't they? Then we've got those fun. Yeah, you tell we're having fun today, Ben, aren't we?
Dear.
And then you've got the salt in the background,
lush,
which is
yeah.
fab. Lovely, isn't it? Gives it that like fossilized kind of gem kind of look. And then if you like the shimmery there, bit of cling film over the top with the dandelion heads. And then finally, the last one here. Lupins.
Lupins.
Back to Monty Python, but like a lupin.
Like a lupin.
But we've got the butterflies as well on there. But
Yeah.
look at this. Look at how they look when we've got that comes
yeah.
together. When that, went that way. There you go. Can you see how the stamping, how beautifully clear, because they're all, of course, photopolymer. So you're going to get perfectly stamped, clean
That's cool.
images. Isn't that cool?
Really
So you're going to
cool.
make one long strip and then cut it up into squares.
Yeah.
Mount it, and then I love that. That's gorgeous. So, and then again, but look at how different. Oh, posh again, subtle, isn't it? Again, but look, see that stamping there. So smaller bits, smaller images. Doesn't need to be huge. And again, talking of smaller images.
That's really cute again. Very
Stunning.
classy.
Right, we're nearly there, guys, but it would be a shame not to keep showing you all of these. They're just too fabulous. Again, this is so doable for a beginner. All you're going to do is stamp and emboss in white, then ink over it. And again, that gorgeous letterbox format. Perfect. And then one more, and then we've got obviously other ones around on the displays and things. But hopefully that's given you an idea.
I mean, just one or two things you can do, isn't there?
Just a couple.
Yeah.
But there's none of them look the same. That's the thing.
Wow. I think it's so worthwhile to spend the time to look at all the ways that you can use these. Really aspirational. And just, you know, particularly if you're a Sheena fan and you followed the Sheena shows and you're now, you know, creating these beautiful backgrounds already, and you're looking at, maybe you've got like loads of backgrounds that you've already created, and like Sheena said, you're looking for the finishing touch. This is the way to do it. And if you just want to go for the collection on its own, bottom of the screen, you'll get all of the stamps that Sheena's just shown you, but you're only going to pay for 3 sets. So that one there is your luscious lupins. This one is called the Blossom and Bird. Love the dandelion clock flower there as well. It's so cool. Then you've got your branching out. All come with some fantastic sentiments as well. And then, if you go for the collection on its own, we give you this one for free. So this one is called your Poppy Pods. And nice again to have like the sorry as well, isn't it? And with thanks. So that's for free if you just go for the collection there. But then if you go for the Showstopper, you get all of those that I've just shown you. Plus you get the multi-purpose cardstock, and then we give you your stamp cleaning solution for absolutely nothing. So there's options and ways round, depending what the budget is. £29.57 is the platinum price, or £35.87 if you go for the Showstopper. Don't forget you've got your bonus buy on the watercolor palettes as well. So you get both of these, the Sunbeam and the Moonbeam, which, as I say, I think have been one of our most popular launches of recent times. You get both of those for half price in the same basket as your Showstopper. So £19.20 platinum, or $23.20. A few quick comments coming through. Keep them coming through, as we said. Chat with us today and you could win 50 to spend with us. Christine Mahoney is in. Helen Stewart is in, saying it's very, very wet here in Birkenhead on the Wirral. Where is our summer? Where was the summer? It's autumn now, isn't it? Where was it? We had about 3 days up here. Thank goodness for CTV, as it's too wet to go out. Robin Pittman says, I love Crafter's Companion. I love all the ideas and the tutorials. Great job, you guys, from North Carolina. Thank you. Imani says, nothing like a Sheena show to bring back your mojo. That's a good catchphrase there.
I like that. That's a good tagline, that.
Yeah. Nothing like a Sheena show to bring back your mojo. Lois says, I love looking at the samples, and Sarah says, those cards are beautiful, such versatility, loving these and cannot wait to get them. Gorgeous samples, says Christine Mahoney, each one a work of art. And Whitney O'Toole says, yay, I finally made it to a live event. Good morning, Whitney. Now, we're going to get into it. Anything you want to ask Sheena, ask. Anything you want to say, say. Anything you want to see, ask. and we'll show it. We just want to make it a nice interactive show. Remember, the more you comment, the more chance you have got of winning. Where do we start, Sheena? And which of the stamp sets are you going to use first?
Well, I think what we'll do is let's start with some backgrounds.
Okay.
I'm thinking that because, you know, when we talked about you were going to make the backgrounds. I know it's all about the stamps being new, but you need something to stamp on. And so let me show you what I was playing with these paints. So if you haven't got these Shimmer paints yet, I'm thinking when I show you some of the techniques, the new things I haven't shown you, we haven't done what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
Got some new stuff to share with you. You might, well, I think you'll definitely want them.
Okay.
So I think you should get them if you can. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a simple backgrounds like that. But look at how that background works with just that one image.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's easy peasy. But if you like that look at the shine on it. That's what was it.
It looks the absolute business, but what you're saying is it's quite uncomplicated to do.
It's super uncomplicated. Right. That's the first one I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But look at how lovely the cards look. They don't have to be massive. They don't have to be lots going on. I think that works just as it is. A little bit of a white pen with black embossing powder.
Yeah.
I really like that. But then we've got, if you a different look here, this one. Can you see how we've got I wanted this to look like it's like wildflowers.
Yeah.
With all those little pollen-y bits and just in the distance. With the butterfly, well, we're going to show you how to do that with the shimmer watercolors as well. And then I have a series of ones that I was playing with, all on a theme. So if you look at these, you can see how they're all quite similar, but they're a little bit different on each one.
Yeah.
And that's another technique I'm going to share with you on how we can do that with these watercolors as well, and then some more as well. Like this background here. We need to show you how we create that. Look at look at the shine on that.
Yeah.
See that? Look at the reflection. That's with these paints. That gold there.
Yeah. Immense.
It looks foiled. And that looks like rusty metal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Fabulous. So we need to play, Ben.
Let's get playing.
So here's what I've done. We're going to play, and we're going to do something completely different. And this is what in the watercolor world they do quite a lot of.
Oh yeah.
So instead of like cutting the paper up, so this is from my, you know, the pad, the watercolor pad, that one there.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that one. And it's watercolor card I'll be using because it's watercolor based, the paints that we're going to be playing with. So what I've done, and can you see it looks a little bit textured here?
Looks like tape.
Yeah, that's my jeans. That's my jeans there.
Your jeans?
Yes, my jeans. Yeah, because what I did is I used the low tack tape.
Aha.
But because I wanted it less tacky.
So you tacked it on your jeans?
I tacked it on my jeans.
Good.
So yeah, so you've got me. Yeah. You can see we haven't got a cat and my cockapoo doesn't shed. So that's where you would find out exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But like Holmes and Watson, I deduced from this.
Yes.
You have a Bengal. Yeah. So we've got that there. I've just quartered it because we're going to do 4 altogether. And what I'm also going to do is combine some of the things, some of the colours with these water reactive inks as well. So let me think of which 2 am I going to do to start with. I'm going to do that one, and yeah, let's do a couple of basic ones on the top to start with. So I'm going to take my blending tool, because the thing is as well, what you've got in the 2 sets of watercolours, we'll come back to them and go through and explain a little bit more. But don't forget, because of our water reactive and you've got all these other things and you're stamping inks and things, you can intensify and bring a shot of colour into these with a little bit of added oomph with your inks as well. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use some of this Midnight, and I'm just going to pop a little bit down there. Let's do a little bit of a darker tone, maybe across the top here. Can you see how I've got this masked off though, so it's not going into the other bit there, because the tape's working for me. Yeah. And I'm also not worrying, Ben, if it's not blended right, because it's going to be wet in a minute. I'm just putting a little bit on for a little bit of base impact colour here. And you know what, my blending tool's even dirty. And if anybody tunes in now, this is one of those things when you think, please stay till it hopefully looks better, because right now, if you're switching off, I wouldn't blame you.
What's she doing?
It's like if back in the day we used to do a lot of live dems, used to say, well, I'll show you, but it's going to look really bad, so you have to promise to stay until it gets beyond that.
Give it 10 minutes, come on.
And we'll come out the other side.
Just to say, if you need any inks and blending tools, ink pads, we've got a masterclass coming up later on. You can shop that show. We've got all sorts on there, all your ink pads, loads of blending tool bundles as well, and all of your misters and sponges and palettes and everything. So have a look on that show for later, because that'll be fun.
Oh,
5 o'clock tonight.
Perfect day today, Ben.
Oh yeah.
This is right up my street for
in your element,
fun.
isn't
I
it?
am in my element,
Yeah.
definitely. So I've put some colour on there, and it's like I said, it's not looking particularly pretty, but that's not hopefully where we're going to end up. So we're going to take these watercolours. Now these things here, if you haven't used them before, just know that you have to wet them, and I've wet them 2 or 3 times before we even start. So I'm using the sunbeam here, just double checking. And what I've got is I'm going to take my largest round brush, and I'm going to think about what colours I'm going to use. I like that, that's lovely. And we're going to use a bit of that. Let's put a bit of that on there, because I've kind of got that colour on here already. And I'm just going to splodge that there. In fact, I'm going to use a bigger brush, and we're going to put even more water on this. We're going to be even more liberal with the amount of water we're putting on. And then I'm going to use some of this pink, because we've got that in there as well.
What's that brush you're using there?
This is the Royal and Langnickel. Have I never mentioned them before?
The what? The what?
Yeah, I thought, wow.
No, I've never heard that one
I
before.
probably haven't said it.
No.
Yeah.
They're on the latest show as well, if you want them.
So can you see how I'm just splodging colour on here like that? I mean, literally is no skill required, which is good because it doesn't look like there's any there whatsoever.
I love it when you say that. No skill required. That's right up my street, that is.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what you do, Ben, is you just put water on.
Yeah.
And we're just going to let the water
do its thing.
Drag and dribble down.
Yeah.
And do its thing. And then you've got this gorgeous, fabulous, tie-dyed kind of, look at that.
Really cool.
That's so cool. And
Yeah.
then that's going to dry. So I didn't want that on there. I'm just going to wipe that off because that's going to be another panel. But that there, when you like what you've got, just get your heat tool and just start to set it.
Yeah.
Now, that'll look gorgeous with the lupins. And all those colours there, if I stamp the lupins and I keep it that way up, that's going to look pretty
You can
cool.
almost see the way that you've done that and the way that the water's trickled down. It almost looks like lupins already.
It does. It does. It gives that
The shape of
impression.
it. Yeah.
So you can imagine it'll just, when you see them all, a lot of flowers in the field,
Yeah.
you don't see the individual flowers, you just see a massive
Yeah.
colour that blends together. And the foreground, you see the main ones. So if it's, that's going to take a little bit while to dry, so you can blot up a little bit of the excess water, you know, here and there. If you want to, but remember, if you blot it up, it's going to be lighter and you're going to lose that those edges, and I like those edges, but I'm going to just speed dry that as quick as I can because I want to get on to another quick panel and then another couple of different panels that we haven't done. And all these are going to be stamped on very soon.
And so it's going to be 4 different projects?
Yeah, we're going to be 4 cards.
I love
4
this.
in 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to be separating them up. I'm going to cut them up while Ben talks to you at some point. So the mission is make the backgrounds.
Yeah.
Then I'll have some cutting card time, which I'll just be trimming them into panels. And Ben can talk to you for a bit.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and we'll do some stamping on them.
What a
How
great
does
way
that
to
sound?
make cards, like to batch make. I've never thought of doing anything like this.
Yeah, and it's just easier, it's just quicker than doing it as a, you know, a separate thing. So that's dry enough there. We've got a really cool, gorgeous, if you see the light and things on the effect there. And this one, I'm going to team up with the inks. The other one's not going to have any inks on it, but this one we will team up with the inks. Let's go for that autumnal, gorgeous look that we had on the card that I showed you, that rusty kind of look. Oh, that's opaque. I picked the wrong one up there. That was Honey Pot, Water Reactive. Right, that's the one. So I'm using Water Reactive. The only reason I'm not using opaque is because I want this to blend with the paints a little bit more. Yeah. And it'll, I want the mica to shine through a little bit more.
And you say you can't smudge across onto the one you've done because you've obviously taped that off, haven't you? So
absolutely, because that tape's clear, just keeping it clean. You see, I've got I've defined my borders, so one's not going across the other. So I'm adding some colour like that. So always start with your light colour because you want to preserve that area. Once you put it down, you're kind of setting out a stall and going, right, okay. It's like you're putting your beach towels on the things on your holiday, right? Yeah, you've got them. You've claimed your space.
Yeah.
Right, back off, that's mine. And then, and then we'll put some colour on there.
And are you, so you're using the same ink pad because you're using the sort of same colours, if you like? You
It's just the same kind of colour, just
same blender.
Same blender, yeah, exactly. You know what? The thing is, and with good intentions, I keep thinking of having a different blender for each one, and then I don't, you know, you just like, end up where you go. And then I have to just put them in the washing machine. Just put them on a 30-degree wash or something, no fabric conditioner, take them out, dry them, you're good. So what I think we'll do is we'll, if we can, rather than go on all 4, Ben, I'll do 2.
2 and then 2.
Then we'll have a little bit of clean up and I'll regroup and then we'll do, if that works for you. Oh, bear with, look at that thing there. I need to go over there and grab a brown. I literally need to just grab a brown now.
Yeah.
That's a brown I've got. Got it? Try a brown. All right, there you are. There you are. Was like you didn't even know, did you?
I know, you know your way around here now, don't you, eh?
I do,
like
absolutely.
A home from home.
How quick was that?
How
quick was that? Finally, yeah. Took a while, but I got there. So I'm just popping this on here now. So it depends how grungy you want this to look. If you want it to look even more kind of murky, put a bit of black on there as well. You can see why I'm going to have a little tidy up time, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because how much stuff have I got out already?
Do you know what? Last night, Sarah was in, and she was making a bit of a mess. And she basically said on air, she was like, oh, I'm making a bit of a mess and I haven't really got time to tidy up afterwards because I've got to be straight out the door. But it doesn't matter because Sheena's in tomorrow and she makes a mess anyway.
Oh,
so,
that's what she said?
Yeah, she said, yeah.
Well, yeah, she knows me. She called it right, yeah. Oh, it's fair cop. So what we'll use this time is let's use the moonbeam ones, yeah? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the original Brian here.
Hello, Brian.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's a little bit worse for wear, but he'll be fine when I refresh him. So I'm going to pop him in his bath here. Wake him up a bit. Yeah. Just
there you go, dunk him in.
There you are, that's it. Right, he's coming to life now.
Yeah, head first, wake him up.
Yeah, there he is. Bless him. And then just squeeze out the excess and then you're good to go with that. Okay, so that's your bit of kitchen cleaning sponge that we've just pulled little bits out ready. And then I'm going to pick some colours. And so there's 2 ways to do this. You can either take the colours you want and take them out like, you know the fabulous mixing palette that we've got as well, on like that lovely swirly one.
That's on the show later as well.
Oh, well, this is all stuff we need to come back to that later. So bear that all in mind because this is what you want. Because by putting it on here, if I don't use it all, it's wasted. I'm wiping it up. Yeah. If you put it in your palette, no harm, no foul. You're just going to leave it dry and then re-wet it tomorrow. Next week, and you're good to go. So I'm putting colours like this, or the other way. Let's show you both ways. So we'll pick up the colour like this gorgeous glittery, and then we're going to just start sponging like this in bits. Now what that's doing is putting bling on there, but it's also creating some texture over that ink, and it's pushing the ink around a little bit. Can you see how it's mottled in it, so it looks a bit hammered, but it's also adding that gorgeous sparkly element to it. And then you can also just pick up a little bit. I just pull that in there. I just picked up a little bit on the pad like that. If you just want to put a little bit more of a stronger, and it's up to you how much texture you want to create with this. You can put a little bit of the blue or the purple in there. The blue looks give it an electric kind of. It'll darken it. It'll make it look a bit murky, but you get like a blue kind of like flash through it, and if you want, it does look a little bit more aged and kind of grungy if you put the blue into it. So your call, it's your creation, and just whatever you want to, however you want to go with it, whatever you want to do with it is fun. And just you're going to keep these backgrounds. You're going to go, okay, I love that. We'll do that again, and that's the fun of it. So now we've got what I'm going to do, Ben. I'm going to concentrate on drying these 2 up, getting myself ready to regroup. But let me show you what we've got so far, and then I'll dry. So that's what it looks like now. It'll look better when I dry it.
Rightio.
Okay.
We'll get drying. I'll get reading some comments. Never thought about backgrounds like that, says Pat, but definitely does save a lot of time. Very happy crafter here, says Ali Karubia, watching our Sheena make inky backgrounds. And Erica says, good morning, Ben, Sheena, and everybody. What a fun and crafty day. I've already purchased this collection. Sheena, I've been painting your draw the line technique for my sister as a lifetime joy gift from my loving sister Megan. I'm doing a set of 3 with 1 more to go, and she loves the ones that I've completed. And Stacey Brown says, love this background. Cannot wait to try this when I'm home from work. Ben, you are hilarious. You make this show so funny and fun to watch. I don't, thank you very much. I didn't think I've been that hilarious today, but I'll take that. Thank you very much. More fun and hilarity to come through the day, no doubt. Very busy, whether you are buying the Showstopper or the collection on its own. If you just want the collection on its own, you get all of the brand new bold lino stamps, and you get one of the sets for free, which is incredible. So the lupins, which we're going to be seeing stamped very shortly indeed on that first background that Sheena made, is the first set. The butterfly, beautiful lupins, and those sentiments, wishing you all the very best, or wishing you all the best, and smile. This one is the beautiful birdie, so it is the blossom and bird. Again, I love this stamp particularly. Reminds me of my childhood all those years ago. You're then also going to get branching out, which is this set here with your celebrate, hello, wish, and for you. And then if you go for the 4-piece collection, you get the poppy pods for absolutely nothing. That set is yours for free. Buy 3, get 1 free, all part of our 250k giveaway as part of our 5th anniversary. £19.18, $23.88 if you're platinum. The Showstoppers on the shop of the day if you want to jump in and buy that. And of course, you can go for individuals as well. There are lots and lots of options for you to buy. I can see questions, I can see comments, and I can also see a break on the horizon. So let's get you to the checkout. Get those deals checked out now, and we'll come back with those questions. And we've paused Sheena. And we'll come back to it in just a few moments' time for the next part of that demo. Get to the checkout. We'll meet you back here in a moment.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along, because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes for the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Welcome back, everybody. Rose says, these background demos are just what I needed. You never know where to start to create stunning scenes. Hi also to Crystal Hodges, who says, I am in awe of Sheena. Sandy Borick says, I am mesmerised by Sheena. And Whitney O'Toole says, Sheena, you are such an amazing artist. Thank you for sharing your talent with all of us. I've got 3 questions. Oh, fire in the questions. Remember, the more you comment in these shows, the more chance you've got of winning. We're going to give away £50 or $50 to spend with us at the end of the show. That will be £250 that we've given away so far. First question from Kim T. Before we get on with the demo, do you, Sheena, have a colour scheme that you use more often using the colour wheel?
I don't. I like to mix it up. You know, it's hard when people say, what's your favourite colour? I go through phases.
Yeah.
I'm favouring orange at the minute. I'm loving orangey colours. But then it'll change again and I'll be after green and I'll have purple. So I don't. And what I would say is, you know, I don't even refer to the colour wheel that much. I just think of the big things on the colour wheel that you don't want to do is cross the streams. If you think of the colour, like Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters,
so
yeah.
if you think of like the opposite colours, just be aware of them. Like if you cross like purple and a yellow, you'll get a brown, or a red and a green, you're going to get a brown. So look at what's up, try and just get the basics of what's opposite. And then after that, I think anything goes. But what I would do is look at colour schemes from you know, online. If you see a lovely picture that's got lovely colours in it, or you can even Google popular colour palettes or colour schemes, and it'll give you an idea of where to start as well. Because sometimes it's overwhelming. Where do I start? But that's what I would do.
Diane says, I've just popped in. Were those water reactive inks that you use, Sheena, as the base?
Yes, they were. The water reactive. You could still use the opaque ones as well, would work as well. They've got a little bit more bit more power to them, where the opacity's more there, so a bit more vibrancy of the opaque. But if you want the paint to show a little bit more, the water reactives are the way to go.
And one final one for now from Helen. He says, Ben, can you please ask Sheena, would I get the same effects from the shimmer ink pads as I don't have those palettes?
I'd like to say yes, but you wouldn't, lovely.
No.
I sound like an arguing
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, lovely. But you could. But the reason being, the ink has got it's thicker, gluppier, and it's stuck in a pad where it should be, and it's not meant to move.
Yeah.
Or be dilute. If you want it to move, you're going to have to take that bit of ink, which isn't meant to be diluted, is already diluted as much as it needs to be, squodge it onto your mat, and then add water. Well, you've already all that mica, all that glitter that says, now going to be diluted even further. So you're not going to get much bling to your book there. There's not going to be much of a payoff there once you've diluted it to paint with it. So yeah, these are packed with the stuff you need.
Brilliant. Keep the comments coming. Let's get back into it though. So we've done 2 backgrounds and they're both dry now, are they?
They're both dry, yeah,
Okay.
totally dry. So
Let's
just
have a
dry
look.
them, and I tend to dry them on the front and back, but look at the colour on them, look at the sheen on them now. Look at that. So totally different. Again, opposite on the colour wheels. You've got a goldy, yellowy one there. That looks like it's going to look a bit more industrial, bit more like a hammered metal kind of thing. And then you've got that gorgeous where you've got the, looks like rained on kind of a bit Van Gogh kind of water palette, isn't it? You can imagine, as my art teacher used to say, she was Scottish, a Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
I don't mean Van Gogh, I mean Monet, man, Monet. I'm thinking Monet.
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 Monet,
that
man.
would be more your Van Gogh with your swirls. I was thinking of, I just wanted to say Van Gogh, like that. Monet, she didn't do Monet in a funny way.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh, yeah. She was a bit like Miss Jean Brodie, you know, the carols. The prime, yeah. So, so now we're going to do more, maybe a literal scene kind of things with it. So the first one, so what you're going to need for this is you're going to need an old credit card.
Right, yeah.
Or a bank card.
Yeah, don't use the one that you pay your bills
loyalty
with.
Card. You see, that's part of me RAC card.
You're with the AA now, are you?
I'm with the AA now, yeah. I'm jump ship, green flag.
Swap between them every year.
Yeah, that's what, that'll learn them.
Yeah, you know the drill.
No, I've told you, I'll get you back. Actually, you're perfectly fine, I'm just saying. Got no
just to let you know, I'm a very, very happy RAC customer. I'm very happy with the service. Thank you, RAC.
Just got it with the car. Just come with the thing, so yeah. So what you want then is you want to take one of these little things and you're going to use them. We're going to score with them. We're going to put paint on with them. We're going to play with them.
Okay.
I know.
Right.
I would have thunk it. So what you're going to do here, let's start with some colour. Let's pick out some colour. We want some gloopy colour. Let's do this nice blue and we'll create like a sky kind of thing going on here. So I'm going to put some of this electric, and I'm going to use a combination of the two palettes because if you've got them at home, you would be doing that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You would. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna. So I'm putting some blue there, thinking of a sky type effect. And then I might put a little bit of a greeny colour in the background. Let's put a little bit of green, like that. You know, so thinking of just bands of colour. And maybe, well, let's put a little slightly different kind of darker kind of shade of green here, like that. But this is just very basic and very much the foundation. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because, and I'm wetting the card. This is important. This card needs to be quite wet with what I'm putting on here. And that is, I feel like I want to brighten it up a tad. Let's put a little bit of yellow in there as well. Okay. Put that in there. So I've just got things going on like that. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my card and I'm going to pick up some, well, you could pick up some colour, which we could maybe pick up a little bit of that blue there, and you can kind of draw kind of lines like this with it.
Okay.
So you've got kind of like little hill type shapes with it across the background like that. So you're scooping the colour up onto the card and then using it to create a hill type effect in the background. And so the paint's much gloopier, and you could even make it look like there's little kind of tree type of things in the background if you use it on its side like this. Can you see it just gives it that impression of something in the distance there, just on the side of the card.
So you're creating specific scenes for each of the 4 sets of stamps you're going to stamp in a minute then?
And then I'm going to stamp in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to use all this. I'm making backgrounds. But then what you can do is use this to then also pull and scratch in like this in the foreground. Use the corner. And you could even, you know, you can sharpen the end of your paintbrush. I've actually got a paintbrush that I sharpen the end of. I can't find which one. It's there somewhere. I've probably just used it. I'll have to find it. But what this is doing as well is it's creating the look of kind of grasses in the sky here, like that. Sorry, in the foreground, coming like really, you know, far up. So just keep going. The more you do, the more fun it's going to look and more natural it's going to look. But that little green in the background needs a little bit more kind of stuff going on there. But it's up to you just how much or how little you want to put on there. Yeah. And it's a case of just picking up the right amount of gloopy paint. You need it gloopy enough to kind of work for that.
Wow.
That'll do, yeah. So it looks a bit like pine trees in the distance, doesn't it? It gives that impression. And pop a little bit of, let's put a little bit of, just a little bit of purple kind of underneath to give it a look of a as if it's got a bit of shade into
Amazing.
it. So you've created a scene with a bit of plastic.
Yeah.
And then what you're going to do is get your brush and take some of this colour again and then just pop and paint. And what'll happen is where you've got the score lines will darken where they, and I don't want it too dark because you can see it's naturally darkening.
Oh, it's like filling the
It's
score
filling in
lines.
the crease lines, yes.
Yeah.
It's automatically gathering in those bits.
I can RAC what you're doing here.
Oh, what?
Oh dear.
Well, I'll not put the brakes on then, so you can carry on. See, we haven't quiet then because my brain was working, processing. It's like you can tell Sheena's thinking because she's
And that's
not
the good news.
talking.
If you follow all Sheena's tips, you won't have a crafty breakdown. Oh dear.
So hopefully, can you see how that's really gathered into all those little score lines? Because you've changed the kind of the surface of the card.
Yeah.
And it's just, and that's giving you that effect that you want. And it's going to look like a little summer kind of meadow day. And you will darken, you can still darken a little bit more down here if you want with the colours.
I don't get tired of watching this.
Do you know?
Tired.
Tired. Oh, I got it. Yeah, no. Obviously, I'm thinking it was just being nice. I went, oh no, we're still doing the game.
No, I am being
okay,
nice,
I'm
but
getting
I've
really
also
like, yeah, really?
worked
Oh,
into
yeah,
a
you're still
pun
playing the game.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to drop a little bit of colour like this into it. And that'll be like little kind of wild flowers in the foreground.
Brilliant.
And what you can do is really we should put a little bit of card or some paper to protect the top or where you don't want it to be, especially if you've got the four of them together like that. So I'll pop that little bit there. And then, oh, I've just put it in all my paint. Oh, I'll fold that back. And then just carry on. I mean, what will happen, because the paint's already a little bit wet, it's all going to like diffuse and spread out a little bit, but I'm using it quite strong as well, so that...
Are you going to do the fourth scene and stamp, or are you going to stamp?
Well, shall we do the fourth scene and then stamp it? No, shall we do the fourth and then stamp in the second hour?
At the start of the next
Is that
hour?
all right? Or we can stamp, but it means I would have to cut it up first.
Oh, well, let's do the final scene.
We'll do the final scene.
And then we'll stamp at the start of the second hour.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
That we can, but you can see how you've got a scene starting there with just that. Then the final one, we're going to take a brush and we're going to wet the card. And I'm going portrait again.
These card jokes are exhausting me, says Helen Stewart.
Oh, no. That's a good one. I like it, yeah.
And I love Lynn's comment. She says, I was going to have a go just to cut up the credit cards, lol. Yeah, you know, if you want to stop spending, this is a great technique to try with your cards and also to cut up the credit cards.
I love it. Yeah, you went up a gear there.
Hey! Oh, dear. Rose says, is it better to use the sponge pads rather than the brushes to apply the ink?
The sponge pads rather than the brushes, yes, for this. You're going to get more on there. Yeah, you just want it on there quickly. So I would say yes.
And just whilst you're applying this final scene, Sarah Chalice says, which of the stamps do you prefer the most, Sheena? I adore the bird and the poppy pods. Or you're not allowed to say, really, are you, I guess? If you've got a favourite.
The bird and the poppy.
Yeah, which is your favourite, though, Sheena?
Oh, it's hard to say. Again, you see, they're all my babies, and the changes. I do like, I like them all, but I like the leaf as well. I like the leaf as well because it's so versatile. So what I've got there is this, and we're going to do that similar thing that we just did with the letting the water drip like this.
Yeah.
Like that, and let it run. So we've got, and I'm just mixing up the colours this time on this one to the previous ones that I did. And then I'm taking my brush and I'm drying it, and I'm just going to create a little, can you see how I'm lifting that up there? See, I'm just lifting the water off there so that, let me push these out the way a little bit, so that I've dried off all that there. It looks a bit like the Northern Lights, actually. That effect.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah, and now I can add maybe a darker colour here if I want to create like a base colour. And then I'm going to take my card again, and I'm going to start scratching like this into the background.
Oh, yeah.
And think of twiggy shapes.
Is this something that you've done a lot then, or have you literally just left the RAC, cut the card up and thought, oh, you know, I'll use this for a technique, or is it something that you've done a lot previously?
It was the RAC that inspired the whole thing. The AA probably wouldn't have been as successful.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the right sort of card.
Not the right sort of card.
No. Mm.
So what I'm doing, Ben, is I'm just drawing. See, I'm using lots of lines at the bottom, and then I'm scratching out just twiggy kind of shapes like this, just very kind of leggy kind of things, not perfect trees, but give the impression of trees.
Yeah.
And what's happening again is that colour, can you see how it's all dragging and filling in those lines? It's creating the branches where I want it to be without me having to paint them.
Yeah.
And I can do the same with the with down here as well, and add a little bit of extra kind of by using that. It looks a bit rocky.
Debbie Durrant says, Sheena really motored through that last luscious background.
Oh.
Yes, Deborah.
Yes, go Deborah.
Yes, Deborah. Oh dear.
But you have to get, if you want these to work, you have to do this when the card's still really wet, because the paint won't move into those little crease lines if it starts to dry. So, right, we're at the point where I can dry these now. We can dry them,
Okay.
and then we can regroup.
Let me take you through the deal maybe as we gear up to see the stamping in just a few moments' time. Right. The Showstopper is all of the stamps and then everything I'm about to show you. So you are going to get your poppy pods. So all of those beautiful stamps in there. Some lovely sentiments, as I say with that. I love the fact that you get a sorry in there and you get a with thanks too. So very, very usable. You've also got in here this set, which is your branching out. You've got celebrate, you've got hello, wish and for you. And again, we're going to see all of these stamped at the top of the next hour. So do stand by and you'll get to see these in action alongside the amazing backgrounds that Sheena has just created. You've also got your blossom and bird, lots of people's favourites. And actually, yeah, people commenting saying that they like this one the best. This one, I think the poppy pods I've seen most comments for, but I really love this stamp here actually alongside the bird, the little dandelion clock flower. You've got dream and also believe in there. And then this one is your luscious lupins. Aye. So you've got that beautiful lupin. Love the fact that you've got like the beautiful butterfly here and the side profile along with some more foliage. And then your sentiments, wishing you all the best and smile. Now, if you want to get the Showstopper, what happens here is you get the 4 brand new Lino Effect stamp sets. You pay for those and 60 sheets of your multi-purpose cardstock. Now, I know more often than not, if you're creating backgrounds like Sheena's just shown you here, you're going to be using your watercolor cardstock. However, good to have your multi-purpose cardstock, bit of a craft room essential. So we're popping that into the bundle for you. And then for free within the Showstopper bundle, you're going to get the stamp cleaning solution. That brings your price to £29.57 and $35.87 if you're a Platinum member. Also, that will be your price if you're shopping for the first time today and you join up into Club Inspire. As I mentioned previously, if you just want the stamps on their own as a bundle, you can. However, the bonus of buying the Showstopper is the bonus buy, because you will get the shimmer watercolor palettes, which you've seen Sheena using. You get the 2 sets for half the price that you're seeing on screen. So this is your Sunbeam shimmering watercolors. Use these to get the best effect on your white cardstock. They come in these fantastic little palettes here. You even get your little bit of plastic over the top with all of the names on, so you can keep that on top so you know what the names of the colors are within the set. And then you've also got within this the Moonbeam. This again will work on both your white and your black cardstock. I think the colours on here actually look better on your darker cardstock. And once again, there is the palette that you're going to be receiving. So 2 of those, normally £38.40 or $46.40. If you are a Platinum member and you shop for these with the Showstopper, it's got to be the same basket. You can't buy one and then buy the other one later. It doesn't work like that. You get the Showstopper, pop this into your basket, and you can halve that price. So it becomes just £19.20 or $23.20 within your Showstopper basket. And of course, don't forget, if you are shopping with us and you spend over £10 or $10, while stocks last, I must stress, you will get the limited edition Crafters TV keyring added into your basket as well. One of the many reasons to shop over the course of the Crafters TV 5th anniversary. Welcome. If you've just joined us, we have just gone 1 o'clock here on Wednesday, the 11th of September. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. Have you enjoyed the week so far? Have you been taking part? Have you been commenting? Hopefully you have. This is a brilliant launch show, brand new Sheena goodies, the bold Lino stamps, which we've been talking you through over the course of the last hour. Let me just remind you, if you have just joined us, our 5th anniversary. Can you believe it? 5 years of Crafters TV. We want your comments, please. Let us know your favourite memories. Let us know in this show what have been your favourite games that we've played over the course of the couple of years. Think back to Play Your Crafts Right. Think most recently to Friday Night Live. Think back to maybe Craft Wars or some of the games that we played as part of the Summer Craft Games. What have been your favourite games that we've played? Just one of the things we're asking you to comment about for your chance to win a £50 or $50 voucher at the end of this show. We're also giving away free gifts, as I mentioned as well. That's the key ring just there that you'll be getting in your basket when you spend 10 whilst stocks last. And that little green thing down there, that is the logo you're looking out for when you're shopping on the web. Those bundles where you see that green logo mean that we have popped in free goodies, and we've now given away over the course of the last 2.5 days just over £100,000 worth of free stuff, and we continue to do so over the course of this week. Right. A few quick comments and we'll get back into it. Felicity Fletcher says, I joined late, but I'll be watching it all on playback. Just love all the messy things that you're teaching us, Sheena. And Sarah says, the backgrounds are so unique. Never would have thought to use a credit card to create the tree effect like that. Well, let's get back to it. We've seen 3 backgrounds dried, I think, haven't we? We're just waiting on the 4th now.
The 4th one, yeah. And what I was going to pull the tape away, but I thought it's good to see the reveal when you see it because they look together.
Oh, wow.
But then when you take the away and then you start seeing them as they are, you get a better idea because look, when you just like take that away.
That's amazing.
And this is, so all of a sudden now they become like separate panels that we'll cut up and we'll start to play with.
That one you've just done, bottom right, actually, that was done in the portrait, but it actually looks all right on the landscape as well.
It actually does, yeah, and it could be an underwater thing as well.
Yeah.
It could be seaweed and things underwater.
Yeah.
So be careful when you pull this away. You pull it down like that, or if you pull it up, it could tear your card. It started to tear it a little bit there. The
way that you've done that, it looks like a flag of a country. It's like a country where I would like to live if that was the flag.
Yeah, absolutely, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's fabulous. Yeah. Yeah, that's a definite place. So I'm going to trim this. I know this is like, oh, she's cutting paper. How unexciting is that? But I just thought it would be nice to see how to trim them then, and then we can actually kind of get to doing a little bit of a play with them. So even if I would just say trim off a little bit of that messy edge. You don't want any white showing for sure. So we'll trim that. I'm using the larger trimmer because that was the larger paper pad. As you know, it's bigger than the regular size A4 trimmer. You need the big one for that paper pad if you're going to cut it up in its entirety. So I'm just trimming this quickly. And then we've got 4 things that we can stamp. And we'll try and mix the stamping up a little bit as well because we can. There's so much there. So now you can see that one.
Yeah.
That we've just created. And then you can see, that way there.
Oh,
sorry.
hello.
Wait, there you go.
Yeah, perfect.
So shine on it.
Gorgeous.
There you go. So we've got 2 panels there, and then we'll nearly onto this last one, and then we're going to just start, because when they're all together, it's kind of like a clash of colour and a clash of texture and it looks messy, and they don't look as pretty as they actually are once you do this bit and get them sorted, get them trimmed as they should be. So that's why it's worth even just showing you this bit, because I want that messy bit away from the sky there. We'll get rid of that. And then also trim away this little frilly bit at the bottom, and then you've got a really nice, clean panel there. That's ready for stamping. And then the same with this one. But that's just I think it's a good way to do it, to just have one sheet of card and you know you're making 4 great cards straight away without having to do a really big background effect. So let's start off with, shall we do this leafy one? Shall we continue with the one that the last one we did?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so with that one, what I definitely want to do is I want to, we'll use this one here, this pattern here. It looked really good. I think, on that. I just think it works because it's a tree type effect and the leaves. So I think we can go with that. So let me get my stamps out here at the pile. Now the other thing is I think I'm probably going to use the repositionable stamping platform for this because I want to make sure that this is really black, really powerful, really impactful colour against this. So I'm going to, I don't want it to have any dropouts in it or anything. So I might want to multi-stamp it. So I've got that under here. But what I've also done is I've trimmed it virtually to size, which means that I'm not going to have much room to put my magnets on, am I?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to, what I've done is I've made these little loops of tape to pop on there.
Can you use your dotty tape pen as well, can't you?
You could use a dotty paper. Why did I not think of that then?
Well, I don't know.
I forget all the stuff that we've got.
No.
I just like to make things difficult for myself.
So many options, that's the thing.
What I like, yeah, absolutely. So I should use my dotty tape and I'll do it on the next one. And I'm going to pop that just there and then line up my stamp. So you can see that's already been well loved and well used. Now I've done this one we've got a few of these, but I just thought it was a nice technique to do again because, and I think we'll do this one with silver embossing powder.
Okay.
Because the others we've mixed up all the colours, so let's do a silver. We haven't done one with silver yet. Let me, if I can locate the silver, it's happening. Platinum. Platinum is close enough.
That'll do.
Platinum. So it doesn't really matter what colour. I think just with the colours and that, it's coolish colours, isn't it? I think it doesn't matter what ink I use underneath, but I am going to use an opaque ink rather than a clear ink because I can see exactly if there's ink attached there or not. And the next thing I need to do is use an anti-static pad.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want that embossing powder sticking where it's not going to be, it's not meant to be. And that's going to dull everything down, but it's just going to be temporary. Okay, so because I'm using platinum, let's use Lagoon, just opaque pigment, let's do it with that.
Couple of questions whilst you're just inking that up. Karen asks, could you use a colour other than black as long as it's much darker than your background?
You know what? You've given away. We're going there. That is where we're going.
Karen!
We are going there, Karen. You read me mind.
And Rose asks, I don't understand this, but you probably, well, you will. Can you draw over the shimmer inks with a micron pen or would the nibs clog up?
Once they're dry, once the shimmer inks,
yeah.
you know, I haven't done that. I think you'd be better with I'm putting some pressure under this.
Oh, hello.
I'm laughing at me. I'm deceptively weak. I literally have no. And you know what the problem is, Ben? It's me bendy thumbs. Try and press down with a thumb like that. Seriously, it doesn't happen. So yeah. Ooh, you know, I like it in that colour.
Yeah.
No, we're going to keep it that colour. So, you know, when we're talking about changing the colours and changing the embossing powders, I know we all said, when I said, should we do it silver, everybody went, ooh. But no, I think it's lovely, that colour, because, of course, you've got all your opaque.
Yeah.
So, yes, stamp different colours, just contrasting darker colour. That I went over again because I wanted it nice and impactful. I wanted a strong colour on there. So I'm going to take that off there, pop that there for a minute, get my clear embossing powder. We'll do a platinum one at some point, but I think that just works. Don't you think that works really nicely with that colour scheme?
Absolutely.
And we'll pop the, you could, I'll tell you what you could do, you could put a glittery clear embossing powder on it. We haven't done that yet. Let's try that. Mixing it up. What are we just like, we're going for it, Ben, here. What?
Always happens on a Sheena Wednesday. You never quite know where it's going to end up.
Oh, exactly. You see how quickly it can change. Like, yeah. Blink and we're on a different path. But the thing is, the more I can do, the more variations, the more tangents I can take it on, the more you get packed into the time we've got, don't you? More options. So if you've already seen it in one colourway, we may as well do another one and see how that looks. So I'm letting that get up to heat, and then we'll start just at the top, and then, oh yes, that is the chicken dinner, that one is.
The chicken dinner. Winner, winner, man.
Winner, winner, the chicken dinner.
Why, aye.
That was the right decision there. But you see, this is what happens. You know, you're with me at home, you have an idea, then something happens and you go, no. You'd be silly to dig your heels in and not go with it, because that was a much better decision. Because that's
a gorgeous stamp as well, that. Look at
gorgeous
that.
was. But what I would do, I'd then go to my lagoon, water reactive.
Yeah.
And I'd pop a little bit of this around here.
Oh yeah, like a little
vignette, and maybe a little more at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then what you'll find is wherever you've got the embossing powder, obviously it's not going to take, and on top of a mica or a glitter, that doesn't take as strong either, but it'll get a kind of a metallic effect. It'll grab more where there's no paint on the card, which is nice as well, because it gives it that more kind of fun, mottled effect. Can you see it's grabbing more where there's a little bit more card showing, white showing in the sky?
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So then we have yet another variation on this gallery that I have. I feel like, you know, like Andy Warhol, and he's like, I'm going through my blue period here. It's like a tree, a studying a leaf, a branch. How many have we got now of these ones? This is getting beyond a joke, look. So we've got that one there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now if you look, that's the one we've just done.
Yeah.
So it's the same, exactly the same technique.
Same but different.
But different colourway.
Yeah.
Different embossing powder.
Ooh.
So find something you like.
Yeah.
And then just mix it up.
That's awesome, that. Really, really cool effect.
Pretty, isn't it? Looks like it belongs to that forest. That branch there is in its natural environment, and it's all harmonious. You've got the distant trees that we just created with a scratchy bit of cut up credit card, and and you've got that, but then you can see how exactly the same technique gives you completely different looks by varying the colour scheme.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the embossing powder, and so you don't very often get a chance to do that. When we say mix it, just change one variable. Get a formula, and if you sell your cards, you put all them out.
And we can do that. We always forget to mention that. You're happy for people to make and sell.
Yeah, it's much easier. Imagine doing a quarter of a piece of card like I've just done. Do 4 of those panels all at once like that. You can do them the whole same colour, but you've got 4 cards done, pop it to one side. Do the next colour, pop it to one side. And you've got a little mini production line going. But everyone is hand-painted, so you can say they're all hand-painted and original. So there you go.
Love it.
That. So that's that one. Should we do another one?
Yeah.
Right, let's do the lupins, shall we?
Okay, yes.
Let's find the lupins. Let me get this. Oh, that clearly needs to be cleaned up. We'll probably, I might do some just freestyling it, stamping with the lupins. We'll try and do that with the rocker block. So we'll pop that one there. Now this one, we will, because we've got that tall kind of thing there, I think I like the
Or slightly off.
yeah, and I think I really want darker at the top or darker at the bottom. What do you think? Oh, I quite like that. It's nice to see that in the sky. I think we've turned it. Yeah, I'm turning it round.
Yeah.
I had thought of it one way, but I think I would like it better the other way. Got my rocker block here.
Sarah asks, whilst you're stamping or inking this stamp, when you're creating the backgrounds, do you think of a particular stamp that you want to use with it, or do you change it up afterwards depending on how the background comes out? That's a good question.
Sometimes I think of the stamp. Like when I did the leafy one, I had the one that we just did with the trees. I knew that would work well with the leafy one, but I just play. Like with this background, anything can go on that. We can literally do anything on that one, can't we? Yeah, so some of them are just so generic. So yeah, just have a play. The thing is you're going to have so much fun making the backgrounds, and any background you make won't be wasted.
No.
So it'll be fine. So we're going to pop that, we're going to stamp these on here, and we're going to use different colour embossing inks on this one. So let's try inking it up with this purple.
What one's that ink pad? What purple?
This one is Damson Wine.
Damson Wine, okay.
And then I'm going to use a bit of Midnight.
Midnight.
So I'm going to do that on this side. And the Midnight I'm doing towards the left of it, the left side, okay? And then I'm going to use some Lagoon on the leaves.
Okay.
And you could even use a touch Lagoon on the side of that flower there as well, a little bit more on the leaves. And then I'm going to take my, I'll just go over it very lightly, and I'm going to see where I want to pop this first one. We'll pop it about there. And let's hope, the power of the rocker block. I know you shouldn't rock both ways, but I just wanted to there. So that there is now what I'm going to put my embossing powder on. Let's put that sparkle on again, because I like that. See what that looks like. So if you put it in a positioner, you can put more colour on there, build it up a little bit more. And I would do that if you've made a lovely background, but just for speed, I thought I would use the rocker block so that we can pack more into the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you'd get a more prominent kind of effect if you did it the other way.
Such a cool effect. Look at that. Never ever bored of seeing that. It's
Pretty,
such a cool effect.
And then when you see it done like that.
Yeah, very nice. Ooh.
So then the leaves of the colour there.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Pretty, it just goes there really nicely. So then I like that. So it's up to you how many or few you want to do that. But I'm just going to repeat that again. I think it's a winner. So I'm going to start with the what's that one? The Damson Wine.
Yeah.
Damson Wine. Then the Midnight. And again, I want to keep it so that the dark is on the same side as it was. So the Midnight on the left-hand side of the flower. So it's got a little bit of shading on it. And then I'm going to use the Lagoon. Again, I'm just on that tiny little bit, because it goes kind of purpley, even though it's on the pinky bit, it still looks a bit purpley. And, you know, I'm not even going to see the leaves on that one, but that's okay. And then we'll pop that there. And then we're going to do the same again with that one.
Perfect. Felicity Fletcher just says, the stamps are in my basket. I was committed before the show, and having seen the examples from the team, Felicity's in. Says the backgrounds are incredible, and lots of love for the embossing powder as well. The embossing powder technique is just one of those, as I say, you can see it 50 times in a show and not get bored of it. It's magic, isn't it, Sheena?
Oh, absolutely, because you've got all these variables. You can keep it simple, a relatively simple background.
Yeah.
Even on a white background, these stamps look amazing. But then when you start playing with the, like I say, the variables, add some colour to the background, different background techniques. Then you start with one colour, or a black ink, or then your coloured ink, and then you mix the colours up, and then you mix the embossing powders up. There's so many variables. You're just going to be playing and playing with these.
Yeah.
So many things that are going to let you be creative with them. That's why I think if you're a stamper, you love this kind of set, because it lets you play and experiment.
Yeah.
Which I think is the fun of it.
I also think, as you touched on as well, like you keep saying just have a play with it. I think it gives people perhaps who want to have a go at creating backgrounds, doing all these different techniques, it gives them a bit more courage maybe just to have a play and have a go, because like you said, have a play, see what comes out, and then you've got all these different stamps to choose from, which you know are going to look great. I think whatever the background you create, really.
Absolutely, Ben. It's all good. So now you've got those there, and then it's up to you if you want to reinforce that flower a little bit more.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can take a little bit maybe of the blue and a little bit of water, and you can even fill that in the middle so that you make those flowers a little bit more solid, and it'll just avoid the embossed area. It'll just cling into the centre so that you've got a little bit more of a dense filled in look in the background, so it just darkens it a little bit.
Brilliant.
And then you can blot off the excess, and it just reinforces it a little bit more. And then again, I would vignette around the outside, but I think that's really, really pretty.
Incredible.
If you look at the colours.
We've got 2 down, 2 to go. We're going to give you the opportunity to check out, but let me take you through the deal once again. Sarah says, I played with embossing powders the other day and was so pleased with the results. The shimmer is amazing, really does change the entire scene. And the great thing is as well, if you have got embossing powders, you'll know that like a big tub or even a small tub goes a very long way. And as you've seen Sheena using it, you don't need a lot to create that really cool embossed effect. Very popular just for the collection on its own. I can understand both ways of thinking here, because if you're going for the collection on its own, obviously you're spending less and you're getting one of the sets for free, but there are many reasons to buy the Showstopper too, so it's just wherever I suppose your budget lies with this one really. But if you go for the Bold Line Stamps 4-piece collection, you get 3 of the sets and the 4th for free. So we're giving you the Luscious Lupins, which is the set that Sheena's just been working with there, which is the lupins and the 2 butterflies. You've also got this set here, which again, I hear a lot of comments still coming through about the Blossom and Bird. Which is your favourite in the comments? Let us know. As I say, I keep seeing the Blossom and Bird and the Poppy Pods, which we'll come on to. This one here, again, is the one that Sheena stamped first up, the branching out. And then the free one that you get within this bundle is the Poppy Pods, which we will see being stamped very shortly indeed. £19.18 is the platinum price there, or $23.88 if you want to pick that up. Showstopper option available for you as well. And this is the kind of thing that you can create. Obviously, you've got some few samples this side of the studio as well, creating those beautiful backgrounds, you know, bringing in some of your stencils there as well. You can see lots of different designs of stencils that we've brought you over the years and months here at Crafters TV. So you'll have a lot in your crafty armoury, I'm sure. Think about all of those inks that you can bring in, all of your different ink pads. You know, think about using those embossing techniques as well. And go back, re-watch some of the Sheena shows and, you know, watch some of the shows where Sheena's created these amazing backgrounds. Use those hints and tips and techniques. Have these stamps there available to you, and then just start creating the most brilliant, brilliant projects. We're going to take a break. We're going to give you opportunity to get checked out. When we come back, we'll see those other 2 backgrounds stamped. We'll also take any more of your questions and comments. Remember, in the next sort of half an hour or so, we are going to be announcing our next £50, $50 winner. And if you want that to be you, all you got to do is send us a little comment. So ask a question, say hello, let us know what your favourite is, let us know what you're shopping for. You know the drill. But in the meantime, get to the checkout and we'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes' time.
I like to get up, chill, relax, get a cup of tea, then get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show, do the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat. Then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. As soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. As soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. I think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Kathy Green in Mechanicsburg. These stamps would look cool with the new pearl powders that CC has coming out. Shout. Nice. I like that idea. Judith Harrison said, Mr. Yodel just delivered my shimmer watercolor palettes. I've just ordered these stamps and the holographic card pad. I'm so looking forward to trying everything. And in other news, bad news, Robin McMorrow. My daughter has emptied all my brand new embossing powders on the floor.
Oh, no.
Maybe get your vacuum, see if you can pick it all up and put it back in the pot, maybe.
Yeah, you'll have a unique colour at the end of it.
Well,
that's for
yeah.
Sure.
We're going to, in just a second, have a look at, before we get back to stamping the final two stamps on the backgrounds, we're going to have a look at some finished samples. If you missed those at the start of the show, you need to see the kind of things that you can create. Just as we come back to you, Sheena, Marjorie's asking if you can add any fine glitter to your embossing powder.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But you've got to get the right proportion. You need at least 2/3 embossing powder, no more than 1/3 glitter, and it's got to be super fine glitter.
Yeah.
Like the very, very fine stuff. Definitely not more than 2 to 1, 2 powder to 1 glitter. Really 3 to like a quarter glitter, 3/4 embossing powder.
Okay.
You can up it, keep trying it. If it gets to the point where it there's more glitter shedding, it means it hasn't got enough of the embossing powder in to hold it.
Any more questions like that, keep them coming through. Shall we have a look at some finished samples? then,
Sure,
with you?
let's do it,
the
because
ones that we
there's
did
a
at the start
shame
of the
not
show.
to, because they are amazing. They're absolutely stunning. And I should have mentioned again, so when you get yours and you're thinking, well, how do I see them after the shows and whatever, obviously you can watch the show back. But if you join the enquetes, and there's over 9,000 people in that group now.
Yeah, incredible
9,000.
that.
And it's a fab group. And the thing is we want to keep the card samples somewhere for everybody to see. So the best places just happens to have been, we've built it up in Facebook in that group. So there's a folder for all of the collections. So for example, branching out here, this first collection, that's the first stamp set you've got. You are then going to be able to see all of these amazing samples like this in there, and also the people who made them are hanging out there.
Yeah.
So you can see, hey, Deborah Durant.
Deborah.
What do you do there? What colours did you use, Deborah? And you know, she's lovely like that. She'll tell you.
Will she?
Oh, yeah, she
Yeah.
will. Yeah. She might insist you pay her back in a bit of cake and a cup of tea or something, you know, since you're in the area. But yeah, and then you can ask Jackie, well, how that looks amazing. What have you done there?
We had someone ask her, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Rebecca saying about that Aurora Borealis effect and how that was created. So the best thing to do is drop in the group and ask.
Absolutely, because you know, there's only so much I can pack into the shows. I
Yeah.
try to pack in as much as possible. But also, my team are tricksy, and they've all got their little tweaks. It's like a recipe, you know. You've all got your little, like, extra ingredients you
Yeah.
add.
Your
And
secret
then some-
sauce.
Yeah, the secret sauce. Yeah, the ones you don't mention. So you would ask Jackie, I love it. How have you done it? And she'll tell you. And that's what it's all about. And also you share what you've done, because that's the kind of group it is, and it's all lovely and supportive, and there's no nastiness there. We're making sure that there isn't. So it's all good stuff. And then you've got this one here. I love that. Look at that again. Isn't that gorgeous? So the bird, you can stamp. You can use your ink directly to the bird.
Yeah.
And then paint it and colour it in like that as well. And then cut out. Looks stunning. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Use your stencils in the background. Have fun layering up like that, like Pamela has here. But she's stamped with the text. She's got the stencils in the background. Can you see the stencils back there? As she has with this one. How different is that from that one to that one?
Yeah, amazing.
But suitable for the occasion.
Yeah.
You change the colours. That's draw the line. Again, stencils and stamps. More gorgeous texture stencil and stamp. Shimmer, baby.
Wow,
Look at that. You only get those with those.
Shimmer,
yeah. And then you've got the more subdued, kind of like a traditional, male or female. Kind of, it's, look there. So right, we'll pop. That was just one. That was just one.
Incredible.
Of your options. Should we look at the other options? The poppies now. So we've got the seed heads. They always just remind me of, like, they could be like little fairies living in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be, couldn't it?
Little fairy
in
houses.
Sheena Land there is.
Sheena Land.
Sheenaville. But yeah, and it's lovely. That's like the sunset is in Sheenaville every night. It's lovely like that. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Looking at your little poppy pod.
Little poppy pods, yeah, waving out there. Little windows, little arches in the windows.
Yeah.
Put a little archway out. But yeah, you've... well, if you're a fairy who's made it big style, you get the penthouse.
Penthouse, yeah.
But inks in the background, bit of blending, bit of faux bleaching, and then completely different, more muted version like that, a bit of decoupage. They look real, those. They look real.
They do.
I just realised how authentic they look. And then again, completely different there. Really impactful, and I love that. Just a band of colour, stamp over in black, and quick as well, quick and effective. Doesn't have to be a lot of effort in playing into the background, just a little bit. Strips of backing paper that you've got, all your backing paper, stamp these on your backing papers, and they'll work brilliantly because they're bold enough to sit on the back. All those Bella Luna papers and things you've got, these are going to look gorgeous. All you've got them. The Day of the Dead papers, even the background, if you've got the Day of the Dead papers, the bold images over there, the leaves and things will go with the marigolds theme and things. And then we've got this little guy here, the Blossoms and Bird. Aww, little cute little thing. And you can use your techniques like this in the background with the bubble wrap and ink, and use a black and white, just a black stamp after you've inked your background, but a little bit of a highlight with a gouache or your white pen, just to pick up some highlight on there. Love this, that Pam's stamped on the card, and it looks stunning, doesn't it, that on the black?
Yeah, it does.
Just that on the black. Invitations like that. Can you imagine just doing some posh invitations? Because they hold all that powder, whereas the line stamp, detailed line stamp, doesn't look as impactful, I don't think, with the embossing powder. Notice the different sizes, the different shapes, the colour schemes, the styles, from watercolour look to delicate to graphic, really modern.
Even that's a sorry card. I really love that design.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Incredible, yeah.
Stunning, absolutely. You know that Jackie card, she's she's hit it at the ballpark. Yeah. And then that one there, the Pathé. Yeah. What ho? Yeah, lovely. We love this card. What ho?
Such a lovely card.
And then we've got that one there again with the stencils, salt in the background. A bit of, so, fabulous. And once you've done the background, the stamping bit's easy peasy.
That's it.
But you can stamp in the background with the inks, and then layer it up with the embossing powder. Yeah. So you've got that layered effect.
That number 2.
Sorry?
Number 2 done.
That was...
was that 3?
That was 3.
3.
3, yeah, 3. We're on to 4 now, Ben, which is the lupins.
Ah, yes.
And the butterflies. There you go. That one that was just used, actually. So that's the one, just to recap, that we just created that background there with that. And just so you can see, I did exactly the same stamp onto the white card.
Oh,
and look at how lovely it looks. It needs trimming down, got in, but that's the same colours exactly, super quick on the white card. So you can see that, same stamping, just plain background.
That's amazing.
I love that. Embossing on the black. Yeah. And then look at this one as well. I love the colours in there. Debbie's created that gorgeous background there using, I think she probably used inks, and then she stamped with a flagstone, I would imagine, ink pad here, and then the black over the top, so you've got that shadow stamp
Very clever.
effect. Then this gorgeous little, kind of looks like a brooch, doesn't it? This looks like fabric to me. This looks like a really, like a posh kind of like fabric. And then I love that as well. But you see, no colour. That's not even embossed. That's just stamped. So we're actually making these more time-consuming than they need to be by embossing them.
Yeah.
If you use a paint like your watercolours, the metal watercolour tin, or your ink pads, your water reactive ink pads, without the mica element, you don't need to stamp and emboss. But because it's got the mica and it's blingy, I think you need that embossed shine over that. That's why we've been stamping and embossing. But you don't need to stamp and emboss. This is fabulous. You stamp your butterflies first with white embossing powder or a clean clay.
So it's like a resist effect, isn't it, almost?
And it's a resist, absolutely. And then almost done. Use a bit of masking again for a different, just a circle die. Ink in the centre of that with you, and then stamp on over the outside when you remove it, and then a bigger version there. Lots of lupins.
I recognise some of those stencils in the background as well.
Exactly. So what you get your stuff out your crafty collection, your stash, and get them all in the mix.
That's it.
Sure.
Few comments, and then we'll do the final two stamps. Kim T says, I do not like to colour, so these stamps are great for me. Amber DW says, Sheena is so talented, she can make anything look amazing. And I think the poppy seed heads are my favourite, says Evelyn. Melanie D says, once again, Sheena's convinced me to get these stamps. That's another set gone. And on the subject of favourite games, Sandy says, I love the mini vat curling game, but my favourite game was Ben and Debbie Fisher with 10-pin bowling when Debbie couldn't hit a pin. I still laugh about it.
Did she not get one?
She wasn't very good, no.
Oh, bless her.
We were chucking the little yarn balls at pens, and she wasn't that good. Pat says, quick question as we come back to Sheena. I had trouble finding clear embossing powder at one time. I did purchase, though, some ultra-thick embossing powder. Would that also work?
No.
Right.
No, ultra-thick. It's all the same stuff. It's just, it's different. It's like sugar. You know, when you buy your caster sugar, then you buy your granulated sugar and you buy your rice and sugar. They're all the same stuff, just ground to different levels. So your ultra thick's left in big chunks, so that when you want to stamp, melt it and stamp into it, you put a lot of embossing powder on for glazing over things. But it's too chunky and thick to stick to a line or a stamp for detail.
Okay. Good question, though. You've got about 20 minutes left to get a comment or a question in, and we're going to have a look at these last two stamps, aren't we?
Yes, we've got a couple of backgrounds. So now we need to decide what we're going to put on them.
Oh, yeah.
So we can mix it up. So we've got two that we haven't represented yet. We've got the poppies and we've got the bird.
Ooh.
And I'm thinking, we can do, we're definitely going to use the seed heads. Let's put the seed heads on one.
Yeah.
So we've used the seed heads, look great on that background. We saw that look works well. But I'm wondering about the seed heads over here. We might do that as an option.
I think it works on both, doesn't it?
Could work on both, and then you could also do this gorgeous border at the side there and have it quite minimalist with the rest of it, couldn't you? And just have the scene showing. It's entirely up to you. See, this is the trouble. You've got to just hard decide
decisions.
And then you've also got the seed heads, which would look really good on there. Let's do the black seed heads on that. Let's go for full-on impact there with these guys. So, and they are photopolymer as well. So when you take these off, the other thing about photopolymer is they don't lose their cling. They stay clingy.
Yeah.
You'll find sometimes with acrylic ones that I've had before that they stop getting sticky and sticking to the rocker block or whatever block you're using to stamp with. But these ones, they keep that cling. So let me pop that on there and hope it sticks. It holds that down. And then I might put the little magnets on as well. It's not as important if you're going to use a black ink, which I probably am going to do with this one.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that my seed head little stems are off the page, because if they're not, they look like they're floating.
Yes.
So I just want them to come off the page. There's a way to fix that. I'll show you that with the other ones, how we can rectify that if we need to. So We'll get them positioned like that. Let's just do black, because I think black will look really good. We haven't done just a black one yet, have we?
No.
On there. So this is the opaque ink again. And we're just going to make sure that we want this really nice and solid, no dropouts in there, a block of black ink on this. So I'll just press that again with my bendy thumbs. Well, my fingers, actually, everyone goes in a different direction, seriously. It was funny when I was a kid about, you know, you go, oh, I'm double jointed. So it was like, but when you're getting on a bit, you kind of need your joints to stay where they're supposed to be. Thank you very much.
Is that what it is, though? Double jointedness in all your fingers?
Oh, yeah, everywhere. Seriously. I'm
Really?
like, oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. But it's not a good thing. It's like, even your arms, my knees, my legs, it's like, yeah, literally can, like, yeah, I can see the bottom of my feet. I can look at the bottom of my feet, Ben, if I need to. That's a scary thought. I feel like, yeah.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But like, it's not a healthy thing, because it's like something that your joints aren't supposed to do that. You know, they're supposed to like support you.
Maybe that's something for a future Friday Night Live. Sheena, the contortionist.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, just doing the splits. Sheena's like, yeah. Fine.
Hey, that's another thing we could add to the Ben and Sheena show when we take it on the road. I could do like a bit of magic, and you could get in the box then, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
I could saw you in half.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be like that, like waving
yeah.
the box with a card.
Yeah.
Paint it.
Yeah.
Ben sewing. Yeah. Ben, I think it's sewing. We've got to do it.
And that's magic.
It's got to happen, hasn't it?
You're going to like
Why
this?
would you not, Ben?
Not a lot.
Why would you not a lot? Let's do it glittery, because I haven't done a black one glittery. Oh, I wasn't going to do it glittery then. I was going to do it plain, but I'm going to do it glittery.
Oh, dear.
You have to laugh the way.
Well, you've got to laugh, haven't you? You've got to laugh. Oh, and just whilst you're doing this as well, Evelyn, just asking, I know we touched this at the start of the show. She said, what is a lino effect, please? Why are these called lino effect?
Right, so it's a stamping technique, an art technique where artists would use literally lino, you know, like lino that you put on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's you get carving tools that you carve a pattern into it. So you're carving like the negative, and what you'll end up with is a stamp, something that you would then ink and then use to hold ink to then stamp the image that you've created onto a piece of paper. So that's what lino artists do.
Yeah.
If you ever watch like the landscape artist of the year or anything like that, now and again they'll show up, and bless them, when everybody else is painting, they've got their tools out and they're carving and they're like going for ages, and and it takes so much time and effort to make a tiny little piece like that, you know. But yeah, that's I liking the sparkly on there.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, once you get that framed, once you get a bit of black card around there, you'll really see how it looks properly. And I've also dulled that down a bit with that, with the anti-static bag.
Yeah.
So have we got time to do another one, do you think?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we were going to do well, I can't remember what we were going to do, Ben. What we're going to do?
I don't think you made your mind up, did you?
We didn't make my mind up.
No.
We were either going to do the seed heads. Oh, I said I'd do the seed heads so I could show you the way to extend them, didn't I? Let's do
yes.
That, then. Let's do that.
Just whilst we're doing this as well, I love the questions. Kelly says, I have a bunch of alcohol ink backgrounds that I made a long time ago. Will these stamps with embossing powder work there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This ink is gloopy and sticky and thick enough that it'll stick to that, and then you need to just put your embossing powder on, and that makes it permanent then.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
Perfect.
So we'll put a colour on this. I'm trying to think what colour. Let's do this tealy colour. Maybe a little bit of purple.
Just whilst you're stamping up as well, here's a blast from the past. Pam Craven. Hello, Pam. Lovely Pam. Been with us for years, and I met Pam Which show did you come to, Pam, when I met you with Sarah on the tour? She says, hi, Ben and Sheena, a long time since I've been here. I've just ordered the stamps and the shimmer paint. I'm watching the show whilst waiting for the oncologist to call. My favourite show, I remember it, was me on Craft House a couple of years ago. Lol, that's from PPE Pam. Yeah, we love the Craft House. Great show. And Pam, lovely to read your name out again. Lovely to hear from you. Thanks for watching. And I said, message back and let me know where you came. It's such a long time ago. 2 years ago that was nearly, when we went on tour. Oh dear. Seems like a distant memory. All those years ago. We were going to take that to America at one point, I think, but that never quite came off, did it? Never mind. Never mind. I remember, says Pat Perrior, making lino print at school using cutting tools. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yay.
so you've done it. The good thing about these stamps, you don't have to faff around doing that, do you? Because we've done the hard work for you. So.
Yeah, exactly. But it gives that really nice, solid look. Did you see what I did then? When we were talking, I used a little bit of ink and I brushed on, extended the stem of this little guy here.
Yeah.
So because it was just going to be floating, it was going to be a hover plant.
A hover, yeah.
You can't have hover plants. So when you've done that, when you hit it, you wouldn't even know that it didn't have a long stem on it. That's all you need to do is just use a little bit of your ink. So we'll do another one of them. We'll add another one. So I'm just going to use that same colour again. Ink it up well. And I did put a little bit of purple on, but you know what? You couldn't even see it. I think I've maybe put a touch on there. And then we'll do this a little bit, and I might do it a little bit of at an angle. Oh, you're not going to see the technique there, but of course I've made it shorter. But all I did was paint it longer with a little bit of that ink, and that was what did it. But I kind of missed that boat, didn't I? Yeah, what are you going to do, huh? So we'll try that.
Rachel just mentioned as well, Pam also came up apparently to the studios way back when. Do you remember when we used to do the Craft Factor? Yeah, do you remember that? That was about 3 years ago. Were you one of the people that came up and did the Craft Factor? And we used to have like a little 10-minute spot, didn't we? In Wake Up Call, I think that was. Carol's just saying, is there a particular ink pad that we should be using with this stamp that would hold the embossing powder?
Opaque,
yeah.
Opaque inks, definitely. That's the one. They're the ones that you're looking for.
And any of the colours, and then you just use your clear on top, don't you?
Yeah, any of the colours, yeah, absolutely. And it's easier to use a black ink pad and clear embossing powder than black embossing powder, because if you put in black embossing powder on and you haven't wiped the back of the card properly, you've got black embossing powder everywhere and you don't want that. It's not good. So yeah, definitely a little bit of the black ink and the clear is the better way to go. Don't know if this is going to show up on this. Maybe not. Just pop in a little bit of white dots on some of these.
That's just that opaque marker, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
Just to pop a little bit of a highlight on some of them. Not all of them, just a little bit of, just on part of it.
Yeah.
And it's got that, you know, I've got the glitter in it. I've got that powder with the glitter in.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a little bit of
sparkle.
Yeah, but yeah, and there's a little bit of texture when I'm doing it. But that, I think, just lightens it a little bit. And you can do this with any of them that you've got, but just don't put them everywhere. I think it's about contrast.
Yeah, exactly right.
Think about where the light could be shining.
I was just about to say that, because yeah, and the one that you've done there, you can see the light's hitting the front, and then you've left the ones at the back dark, haven't you?
Yes, exactly, Ben. So a little bit more top right kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the ones in this side, and leave those darker.
Very nice.
It's pretty, isn't it? And what I would do is just darken a little bit around the outside with a little bit of the a vignette. But I think I'd use the lagoon again, because that just ties in nicely with the colour scheme.
Yeah.
Keeps it. That's the beauty of these ink pads, because you've got the same colour in your water reactive as you've got in your opaque.
Yeah.
So where you've used it for one application, you can follow through and continue with that.
It's great that you've done so much in the show, like showed us how to create the backgrounds, and we've seen the majority of the stamps as well, haven't we? So I feel like we've covered a lot off in the last 2 hours.
We've packed it in, haven't we?
We have packed it in.
Yeah, we've been full on non-stop, Ben. I think we haven't done badly.
And we've got a full 2 hours to come tonight at 5 as well, a stamping masterclass. So we need your questions for that, please. Questions and comments.
If I get some white card and wipe this up, we can recap on the ones that we've done. We can see them a bit properly. How does that sound, yeah? Oh. And of course, they all will look better once you get that little bit of matte around them. Black, I would absolutely say black's the way to go, because if you put a little bit of a black border on, it draws your eye to the colour where you want it to be. So when you look at, if you look at that on,
oh yeah,
yeah, it really shows up pretty, isn't it? And then if we look at the shine in there with those paints
oh yeah,
as
that's
well.
incredible. That's really, really beautiful, that.
Created a little, a pretty little scene, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then from that, more of a kind of dramatic look there with the poppy heads. It's like a little gallery. I feel like vision on here.
Incredible.
Yeah, I can't find it. Oh, yeah, I've got it. And then that one. And then I definitely want to put a little bit of ink around the outside of that one, which was the lupins.
Yeah.
And then this one here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
But that's 4 cards there, 4 different techniques. And of course, you're going to mix your colour ways up, your different, you know, everything's mix and match everything. And then you've got a different look entirely. Again, like the variations on that leaf and branch one that we've been playing with previously. I think that was the best way to pack in as many techniques as I could for you, to be honest.
Yeah, incredible. It's been a really, really fun show. Lots of lovely comments coming through. We will announce our winner very shortly indeed as to who has won the £50 or $50 voucher with us. Just been chatting about your favourite games. Hadassah says, I also really love the Craft Wars game shows, and I'm excited to see them since they've been revived. If you love Craft Wars, tomorrow it is returning. We've got a masterclass / Craft Wars, me versus Debbie Robinson. Look out, the most competitive person at CTV Towers. I tell you what. So that's going to be fun to watch. There could be the live TV divorce coming up tomorrow during that show. Also Cartload tomorrow as well, which we're looking forward to. Right, we are going to have a look at the Showstopper, and then we'll have a look at some of the deals that are coming up for you later on tonight. Think about your questions. Think about anything that you'd like to ask Sheena, because the masterclass shows, you know, we obviously put a lot of effort in the shows, but I feel like the masterclass shows are the shows where you need to put the effort in to ask the questions, because without you asking the questions, you know, I feel like masterclasses are missing a bit, and we kind of do what we want. And you know, when we say do what you want, and Sheena's here, I mean, she will do what she wants. So if you let's use her while she's here. Any stamping conundrums or queries, let's get them in. Let's make it a really interactive show. If you want to go to the Showstopper, all of the stamps you're going to get. So the brand new Lino effect stamps, which are the poppy pods, beautiful poppy pods, which I think a lot of you have been chatting about in the comments as your faves. This one here, and isn't it great that, you know, we've taken the time to show you all of these in detail over the course of the last couple of hours. So hopefully, if you are picking these up, you're going away with a head full of lots of ideas and inspiration. This one is your Blossom and Bird. Again, super cute. Big fan of this. Love a little birdie as well. And then you've got your Dream and your Believe sentiments there too. And then the beautiful luscious lupins with the butterflies. Love that little side profile butterfly as well. You could stamp that as if it was just sort of landing onto the lupins there. And you've got wishing you all the best and smile. So those are the 4 sets you're going to get. If you go for the Showstopper, details here, you are going to get the multi-purpose cardstock. So yeah, you know, if you're doing Sheena's watercolour backgrounds, you will obviously use your watercolour cardstock, which we've got coming up for you later on. But as I said earlier, it's always nice to have the multi-purpose cardstock in there as well. A craft room essential, really. You're getting 60 sheets. You pay for that alongside the stamps, and then we give you the stamp cleaning solution for free within the bundle. So the platinum price on that is $29.57 or $35.87 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. And the other good thing, of course, about buying the Showstopper is you open up the bonus buy bundle. And once again, you know, this is a great combo, particularly if you are wanting to recreate what you've seen Sheena doing over the course of the show. We've obviously been using these, so pick them up. Half price. If you're getting the Showstopper and you pop these in, you get at that price of not $38.40 platinum or $46.40, it'll be £19.20 or $23.20. So the first one you've got there is your Moonbeam. Again, you've got this beautiful palette that it comes in. If you need the brushes as well, we've got the set of crafters brushes on the show, and also later on, I think we've got the Royal Atlantical. Can't quite do it, but those are also on the show later for you too, so you can pop those into your basket. And then you've got the Sunbeam shimmering watercolors too. Obviously, going to work best for you on your lighter cardstock. And once again, you have got that beautiful set of colours right there. You can buy those on their own should you wish. However, do you get the brushes in that bundle as well, or am I dreaming that? No, you don't. It's really weird. All of a sudden, those just appeared by the side of me. It's like, where did they come from? All of a sudden, it's something like they just like fell out of the sky. They are on the show as an individual. We're giving you them for half price if you got the Showstopper. I mean, what more do you want, for goodness sake? Right, tonight, a few deals for you. Ink pads, let's have a look at what we've got for you. Your gold shimmer ink pads, and no doubt we'll go through all of these tonight. And you're happy, Sheena, aren't you, to kind of stamp whatever and show whatever tonight, whatever people want to see.
That's the best way to use the time that we've got together,
Yeah.
for sure, definitely. Yeah, I'm all good with that.
So we're covering off gold shimmer ink pads in all of the colours right there. $23.96 or $35.80 is the price on that one. Buy 5, get 3 free, essentially, is the bundle there. Then we've got your pigment ink pads. So again, you know, great for doing your heat embossing techniques with those and your blending. That's a 7-piece collection. And again, you've got a buy 4, get 3 free within the 7. So a really great value for money deal there. £19.17 platinum or $28.77. Then we've got your quick dries as well. Loads of your favourite colours in there too. Things like your baby blue, your strawberry in there I can see as well. Your Oasis. I mean, they're very popular at the minute, aren't they? You can see we're following on with the trend. Buy 4, get 3 there. £19.17 and $28.77 if you're a platinum member. And yeah, we give you Oasis for cheaper than you can get the tickets by far. And also in the show tonight, everything that you need really to stamp like an absolute pro. Wendy Graham says, I love these stamps. I think they are going to be my favourites of all my Sheena stamps. But I say this on all the sets that I have of Sheena's. And we're going to give away now £50 or $50 to spend with us at Crafters Companion. The winner, and she's just commented again now actually, saying, I love this show. Thank you, team. Well, Whitney O'Toole, you're going to love this show even more because we're going to give you £50 or $50 to spend with us. We're nice, aren't we? CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Whitney, if you message us with your details saying that you've won, we will get that voucher sent out to you. Congratulations. If you did comment and didn't win, don't worry. We've got plenty more shows to come over the course of our 5th anniversary. Comment tonight live at 5 with Masterclass, and your question or your request could earn you 50 to spend with us. Thank you, Sheena. That was a real brilliant show and a lovely collection. Lots of people loving that.
Cheers, Ben. I've enjoyed it. It was good fun. I enjoyed it as always. Thank you for watching.
We're back later on tonight. Masterclass live at 5. Please make sure you join us for that. In the meantime, keep shopping the web. Loads of great deals there for you. Look out for those green stickers as well. Those are the bundles that we've got where we're giving away free stuff. It's nice to get free stuff, isn't it? Up to £250,000 worth of free product is what we're attempting to give away over the course of the week. And don't forget, if you are shopping with us and you spend over 10, easy to do, you will pick up your free Crafters TV limited edition keyring. So keep shopping and we will see you back here at 5 o'clock for Masterclass. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye for now.